Good evening. Welcome to Getting Blown Up in Space in EVE Online. This is November 3rd, 2020. Still a little bit under the weather, but getting through it. Currently out in Lone Trek, which is Caldari Space, with my hauling alt. What I'm trying to do right now is find my fourth homestead. I've got a homestead in Minmatar space, one out in NPC nullsec Galente space, and one in lowsec Amar space and faction warfare space. What I'm looking for is a fourth one that I can rotate between depending on how I want to play each day. Some things I've been working on is trying to figure out the best spot to land. And as you can see here, oops, I do need to update this. We do not want the fastest, we want the safest. So why is it not? So I'm trying to get to Camillo. Payak. I'm trying to get to Payak, but it's saying that I've got to go through lowsec here, and I do not want to go through lowsec. So why is it doing that? I think I had turned off go away from Triglavian space. So there's my problem. I have to find a way to get to where I want to be without going through Triglavian space. That's one of the first issues that you run into with Caldari Space. Is it's the largest, it's the region has the most Triglavian invaded areas out of everything. So, and by doing it all high sec, looks like it's going to take me through a Triglavian system. Let's see here, NPC activity and Triglavian minor victories. So let's see, I want to go up through here. Ah, there it is. So for me to get there, I've got to go through Litura, which is currently Triglavian. So hauling something through there with a hauler might not be the best of ideas. So now I've got to figure out something else. And just to show you here, so you can see here there are a lot more Triglavian taken over areas than the Minmatar ones. So you've got to kind of navigate by these. What I was wanting to do was Piak is a nice little It's a nice little jump off spot to get into Blackrise, while also keeping me in a spot where I can get blueprints and things. The only issue there is, well, if I can't get there that way, is there no other way to get there? This looks like I'm blocked off there and there. So it looks like I might have to actually go through either through there, which then I would have to go through two of them. It looks like maybe, is that, nope, just one. Because that doesn't actually go through there. So I have to get through Litura. Once I get to the other side, I'm fine. It's just a matter of getting there. So whether or not my hauler can actually get there. So let's just see what happens. So while I'm on my way to Litura, I'll go ahead and show you what I'm looking at on Dotland here. So I'll go ahead and move this one over here and show you why I'm kind of interested in this area. So Payak is right here. It's right near Blackrise. Blackrise is also Caldari. Let's go ahead and make sure that's up so I'm still traveling. But it is mostly low sec, and all of this is, if I'm not mistaken, faction warfare space. So if you come in through Payak, you've got a couple entry spots to try to get into low sec to maybe do some PvP, get some action going on there. And so that's an option. The other thing I'm looking at here is, actually let me go back. The one thing I notice is all of these high sec areas right here don't have any research areas. So for me to research anything would be in low sec if I was to stay in Black Rise. And that would be in Asaki, and there is a lot of action in Asaki, a lot of kills and stuff, so I don't really want to have my production based out of there. So I'm probably going to have to, at least for now until I learn the area, base my production in high sec just off of low sec. I could go up this way. One spot I was looking at was Irolaja? Sure. There's less action here, only 10 per hour, but still some. And a few ship kills. Still, that's a little bit better than down here. Some other options up this way. Kanaka has too much action, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's running around 75 per hour, so I don't really want to be building anything there. But this is great for action. So if I want to build stuff and then fly out here and do some things, I can do that. So what I'm shooting for here is maybe build things here, and then in Payak, which is right here, I've got all of these areas here right near it that I can do my research to work on my blueprints if I were to get them for the Caldari. So being on my way, this is the problem spot right here, Litura. So let's see here. Looks like as far as player kills, there's only been a couple over the last little while, but a couple of pod kills. So that bothers me because Triglavians will pod you if I'm not mistaken. So what I've got to do is just try to get away through Litura. And it looks like I'm coming up through my route has me going through Isano and then whatever that is, Yumisa. So what I'm gonna do
drive active.
is just try to sneak on through here. What I've done is I've got in my hull bay a venture that is packaged, plus some mining items in the normal overdrive injectors that I carry with my ship, and some other things. If I do need to do, the only reason I brought these with me was if I've got to pick up my daily skill bonus of killing a rat. I have the stuff there to do it. So now this is the question. I'm going to be one off of Ventura here. So what I want to do is just go ahead and dock on up.
Drive active.
Second part I want to look for is agents, and what kind of agents are in the area. I like doing my distribution missions with my hauling character. Looks like Par is only 5 jumps away, 9 jumps there, all level 3s, so I'm good there. How about level 2s? Level 2s, I got a couple here that are in the current system, so that could be good. Okay. Just want to take a gander at Litura, but I'm going to do it in my venture. Because that does have, it's a little bit quicker. It was free, number one.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
And it was free. It's a little bit quicker. It's got its core stabilizer, one level of that. So let's go ahead and drop all this stuff off here. Well, not all of it. I want to keep my overdrive injectors in there. Good. Ship hanger. Assemble. Make active. Not going to even put anything on it. Just going to fly it on out there and see what happens. Because if I can make it to Payak, then I'm in good shape. Even if I can make it to Elenaya, because that's where I want to stage my research. But the question is, can I get through this? I'll know within 30 seconds. Can I get through here? Because the last time I messed around with going through Caldari Space, I almost got myself killed. That was when I went through the wormhole and then was just cruising on down to Jita. So, let's see what happens. Once I get through here, I'll just try to explain a little bit more of my reasoning as to why I've picked this as my new possible home. I'm still going to live in the area for a while. See what everything's like. I've thought about moving up through Mara here. But, okay, danger, Caldari Space. Yes, that's fine. I know I'm going to die. You know, your Concord guys could come with me there. Okay, so I got nobody on gate here. So that is an option.
Warp drive active.
It's got this Caldari sentry guns. I just want to warp all the way across. See if any are sitting on the other side. Bonus to remote armor repair. Let's just take a look and see how many people have died recently in here. There are a lot of... So no real problems there. Customs. Starting to feel a little bit better about flying through there. Fleet admirals. Okay, so I'm gonna make a run for it. Let's go right back here. Why not? And set my destination. So what? Run into a little bit of a problem trying to find a home. Looking at the universe, when I did I like to find off the beaten track spots where I can kind of live a scavenger survivalist lifestyle, while also having it gives me more action, it gives me more stuff to do, lets me live on my own, and just kind of have a daily fun thing to do.
Active.
And so I was able to do that down here in Malden Heath. Down here, if you notice, in Unertech, my second home, no real problems there. Love it out there. My other home, if I remember correctly, was in Devoid, where I first started off at. Down here in Susset. Am I remembering that correctly? Maybe, no, that's not where I was at. What are you talking about, Bill? Let's try Devoid. Boy, it's been a while since I've been there. Wasn't here.
Active.
It was in Faction Warfare. Oh, that's why I configured. So I used to always look in Faction Warfare space. So let's go back here by that map. So going by the Amar maps, I was down here in Sasala and Kamala. I was actually living in Usanin, which didn't, while there was a lot of things down here, not a whole lot of people bothering me very often. Um, a lot of jumps, but a lot of people going straight through it. Um,
Docking permission
and
requested.
had a little bit of fun there when I
Docking
first
request
started up.
accepted.
Um, the other one too was out that I've been recently in is in Syndicate. Again, off the beaten track, not a whole lot of action, but easily accessible to the action. Um, let's go ahead and get this puppy up and running. Make active. Repackage. Really apologize for my sniffling. Um, cold is really starting to hit me here. But the problem I've run into is, whoop, I'm gonna sneeze. I gotta pause this. Whoop, back. You did not want to see the sneeze that I just had. So the problem I've run into, and let's just try to get through here real quick. I'm probably gonna die, but we'll find out. Let's get you back up. And where was I going again? Universe. We are going to go to Payak. Payak was the place. There we go. Switch her on out. 3 jumps away. Unduck. Cross fingers. I don't have a whole lot on this ship. Probably would be smart to just throw some shields onto it, but I did notice there were some Caldari guns and ships on both sides of the gates, so maybe I won't be the first target of anything that's out there. All I gotta do is get through one gate and get started. So that's basically what I'm looking for, is an area, number 1, that I can buy blueprints, number 2, that I can research them to make them better, number 3, content, things that I want to do, things I want to have fun with. What are the NPCs like in the area? This is where, once I get there, I'm going to try out and see what's going on. But if you don't have the blueprints, okay, here we go. If you don't have the blueprints, you can't make the ships. If you can't make the ships, you can't get blown up. That's the general rule of thumb. Okay. Nobody on gate. Let's make a run for. We can get a little lucky. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe recently the Triglavians aren't on the gates anymore. Just a couple weeks ago when I tried to go through, even after the invasion was done, I did get shot at, so I'm just a little bit paranoid. Good, good, good. So I'm in warp. I should be okay. So you have to be able to build the ships. So that's why I've moved my transporter out this way. I'll be bringing out my main character out this way probably tomorrow. I'm really interested in flying some Caldari ships. I haven't done it very much at all. They are, a lot of them are missile boats, which I have not messed around with at all. But one big bonus is a lot of them do use hybrid turrets, which at the lower levels I've actually skilled up in. It's one of the few things I've actually skilled up in because I did a lot of Galente flying. So that's fantastic. So perfect. Looks like I got through here. The next thing we want to do is figure out where the research station is. And we'll go here. And there's a lot of stations in this area, so I might be able to run some missions. Good. Just searching through each one of these stations. There's an industry one, so I'll just go ahead and set that one as my designated spot to stop it. Rapid assembly warehouse. Dock that up.
Warp drive
Other than
active.
that, one other thing that I was thinking about doing, I've had a couple people bring up the idea of being a little bit more social, which I don't have any problem with. But I've also had a lot of people who've really started trying out this gameplay style with their alts, or maybe starting up the game again, who've contacted me. And so what I was thinking about doing was just creating a chat channel at some point. I'll bring this up in later videos. Just a channel within game that anybody can log into,
Docking permission
um,
requested. Docking
and we
request
can start from
accepted.
scratch from there. If anybody's interested or has a name they're thinking of, um, uh, one I thought of was maybe League of Scavengers. um, it would be a completely open forum to be helpful to anybody who's out there. Maybe if you want to trade, you want to do anything like that. Nothing special, nothing, just something to bring like minds together who like to have a game where it's very loosely felt. This is not an invitation to join an alliance or a corporation. I don't care who you are. I don't care. It's more so just creating an atmosphere of helping each other, um, and maybe getting some kitchen sink fleets together, just having fun. So I'll bring that up as I flesh it out a little bit more. But other than that, I don't want this one to go too long because I don't think you really want to listen to me with my sniffly voice. Uh, but I am out in Caldari Space the next week or so. I will try to be setting some things up out there and trying out from the very base level up through cruiser. I want to try out the Caldari ships, um, and it should be a lot of fun. Just go on over here. Usually, I remember flying the Condor. That's your quick ship. The Merlin here is probably the first one I'm going to go with because it does have some shield resistances, which I'm pretty good with, and the small hybrid turret. So that might be something to be able to do a lot of damage with. But I want to skill up to maybe doing the Kestrel, try out light missiles and rockets. I've never really done a whole lot with the Kestrel. I've heard good things about it. After that, definitely got the Cormorant and the Corax are two pretty cool ships. I have always liked the Corax. It to me looks like um, a naval vessel, like a navy destroyer, literally. Um, so I've always kind of liked that, and it's all um, it's missile based, so that's something I am kind of intrigued by. And then after that, we've got a lot of ships here um, with uh, like the Caracal and the Moa are very basic ships. But I might want to get into a little bit of your jammers. I haven't done a whole lot of that yet with the extracurricular activities, um, and might want to try doing something like that. So, uh, start. I'll start trying some stuff out there and killing some NPCs and maybe jumping in doing some PvP. Um, Alrighty, you guys have a great day. Fly dangerously, fly safe, or fly however the heck you want to. Have a great evening. Bye bye.